Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. It is an exciting day. It is Sunday, the 23rd of March, 2025, and I've got these two Mecha Project Mechs, Exo Valcrane, both of them Exo Valcrane. One is a DX07, DX06, and these are 118 scale. First impressions from looking in the boxes is they look amazing. This guy has got something loose in the bottom, on the guns in the bottom. And yeah, the guns at the bottom. They look amazing. The figures look amazing, but they look kind of short for 118. So they might be on the smaller 3.75 inch scale, possibly, or size, I should say. I want to actually open them up and get a proper look. Look really good. They are exactly the same. So I'm going to unbox and open both. I'll only open the one. And I think I'll go for... I think I'll go for the white one. So I'll put this one back. In fact, I'll leave it here for now. Let's look at the back side of the box first. Get to see it there. It's chain, knife, gun, and another sort of gun there. And then some poses on the back. Look pretty good. Side and poses. Poses again. Poses, are they the same? Not quite. No, not the same. But it shows you the cockpit open, holding it. It's got an illuminated cockpit. It can bend down very nicely. 3 LED light modes. Need 3 AAA batteries. I think I've got somewhere. The pilot can fit in the cockpit of the Mecha articulated action figure pilot. Superposable, fully painted, 1 chainsaw rifle, 1 assault rifle. Image is for illustration purposes only. I do like the Fresh Retro stuff. I think their Mecha Project stuff is really nice. I'll put some links in the top right to like this is chain link fences from their sort of robot figures, and I'll use a couple of those later. We'll do sort of comparisons. But it's some really nice stuff, and their die sets are fantastic. All right, so which one says open? The white one. So I'm going to unbox this and set it up, and I'll be back in an instant. Stay tuned. And here it is. Set up, got the batteries in. Finding the battery compartment took me a little while. I knew approximately where it was because the switches, but then how to get it open took even longer. And even though you know how now, there's no sort of pop-out switch or button to make it pop out. So it takes a little bit of a wiggling. Very, very cool indeed. Please consider joining the Patreon, link in the top right of your screen now. Get to see all the videos before they're published on YouTube, exclusive content from time to time, and prize draws from time to time too. The more people that join, the more regularly we can have prize draws. Okay, let's have a look at accessories. The Mech comes with 2 guns of its rifle here. Now let me put the extra light on. There's something on this that confusing. This little part here pops down and turns around. And I'm like, what is that for? I'll explain in a moment. And then you've got the little sight which does turn. In the box is like this. There it goes, better. So you see it's got a little tab and tab there. That's to fit in the hand. This is actually, if you look at the shape on the bottom, it's the same shape as this here. That's for the other hand. So you can have one hand underneath holding into the slot in the hand, and this one into the other hand. So that's a pretty nice feature that they've done that. Took me a while to figure that out. Very, very nice. It's a bit too watery inking in places. There's no drill to barrel, unfortunately, but it's a nice looking gun. Let's get out and focus, stay focused. Okay, and again, you can move the sight around, which is really quite cool. Though, why would guns have sights on mechs? There's all inside the machine, you would have thought, never mind. Okay, the other one. There's no tabs on hand at the time. You still have that same tab function here, pull down, turn around to hold it in the other hand if you want to. Don't be scared of cutting your fingers off, but it's quite nice. I like the look of that. And you've got a tab here this time for holding it like a sword in your left hand. Very cool. I do like that. And then we got the other accessory. Well, actually, there's something else here. This is just a plate from inside the battery box, and I just took that off just to fit the batteries. You can put it back in. It does make a difference anyway. The other accessory is the pilot's pistol. So we look at the close-up at the pilot and her pistol next. He's sort of semi-posed there. She also has magnets in her feet, which is nice. Pistol is pretty cool. She is actually pretty well scaled for 118, so it was just an illusion when looking in the box. Some nice inking there, a bit shiny in places. The only issue, there's 2 things. First, there's nowhere to stow her pistol on her. Be nice if she had a little holster. The second one is, because these thigh parts are very high here, if you take her hips outside, it's going to pop out a joint very, very easily. But what we'll do, before we do her articulation and comparison of sizes... Oh, she has got an indented barrel on her gun. That's nice, but the Mech doesn't. So before we do that, we'll have a look at the Mech. I don't want to bring the Mech forwards. Okay, let's bring it here for a close look first of all. Really strained on the system there. I quite like that. Looks pretty cool. We come up to there. You can see on top there's a sort of a panel to see in. If I turn it around, great big joints you can see in the back. Stiff ankle joints is nice. That is actually the battery box, that white thing just here, which I have to take out. Batteries in already, but there's no button to make it pop. It's got a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle force. Maybe use a little tiny sort of glass screwdriver to pry it a little bit. And it looks like the shoulder's got a, what's it called? A shoulder, whatever. Shoulder roll, perhaps. Very, very nice looking indeed. So look at the figure and its articulation and do a comparison with the figures. And then we'll do the Mech, the features, articulation, the lights, etc. and fitting the figure in. And see what other figures can fit. So let's have a look at our figure again. So we'll do articulation. That gun's actually quite nice. So head, left, right. That part I guess should stay. Down, up, sort of side to side. Shoulders, better than was expecting. There's a small sort of shoulder roll there, but it doesn't actually move much, which is a shame. And arms all the way around. Biceps is 90 degrees, and then she's got wave articulation on her left hand with the swivel, and she's got gun articulation on her right hand again with the not swivel, to turn. Trunk articulation, pretty good forwards backwards, can turn. There's a side to side, which is pretty good. There's no separate waist. Hips, you'll see what I mean. If I go sideways, it'll just pop out so easily. It just levers against it. She gets really taut on the outwards on the hips. Forwards, again, not great because of that sculpting. You could, in theory, cut a lot of that off if you wanted to, but you have to tidy it up. There is a thigh twist you can see on both sides. Double kneecap, super, super tight. Touching, you can sort of see there. And the kneecaps aren't ugly. She's got a fantastic tippy toe. Look at that. Really good dorsiflexation as well, off the charts. Her feet swivel in and swivel out. And you can see that, like Joy Toy, she has got toe articulation. And again, you can see the magnets there. So if I just go bong, even higher, bong, even higher, bong. Oops, you didn't even see it. Let me focus again. There we go. If I go bong, she will not fall over. Those magnets, oh, there she did. Magnets are actually quite strong. I think I reached the height limit. There we go. So that is pretty damn cool. I'll do size and comparison of figures a bit later. So I said in the news video the other day, about 3 days ago, they are releasing these figures separately with a female head, not just the mast heads. Could it? No, there's no for the gun that I can see. I like the details though. It's decent articulation. Just the thighs really is where it's let down. Okay, let's put her to one side. This is going to be difficult to show. I have to zoom out a little bit, not zoom in for this. Okay, so first thing is do the lights. So there's buttons underneath. First you've got to turn it on. That is on. Then you've got a little round button, and you've got number 1. It's just your sort of blue lights. There's a cockpit light. If you turn to the back, you see you've got your sort of a rocket lights as well. And there's lights underneath. You see just there as well. Just shine onto it. So what I might do now, actually, if I turn this light off, and if I can get to my other lamp next to me here, and if I can find that, so if I can find it, where is it? There it is. If I can find that switch and turn that one off, you get an idea of how it's sort of going to glow in the darker light. Okay, press that round button again, and you get sort of different sort of startup sequence of flashing. And you press it again, and you just get the flashing. That's the same on all the lights. So if I go one more time, it's off, constantly on. This should be the startup sequence. And then constantly flashing. Okay, what I'll do, I'll put the light off and then on again a little bit later. Now it is quite top heavy, but they have put really nice stiff ankle joint on this, I have to say. So that I'm happy about. They don't have metal joints, not that I've seen thus far. Okay, so articulation top to bottom, the shoulders, there is a shoulder roll, which I'll have to angle this upwards a little bit now. So there is a shoulder roll, which is nice. Oh, that's interesting. Shoulder goes from there, and does it go separately from here? It looks like it does. Oh, it does. What? So I was scared of breaking it. So your shoulder can go from different places to turn. So you actually got a load of options for your shoulders there. And also from here it turns as well. That is so cool. So you've got a roll here and a roll there. There's a lot of articulation onto that. Biceps, look at that. I can't do that tight. As tight as you like. And there is a bicep swivel. Hands, you've got articulated fingers and thumb. The fingers have 1, 2, 3 joints. The thumb has 1, 2 joints. Lateral raise, I didn't show. Lateral raise is not going to be so great. But you know what? Let's put this backwards again and go up again. Even not so great, it's still good. Waist, it turns from here. Oh, did I just press the button? I did. You've got your upwards from these parts there, and then downwards is a little bit there. Let's turn this off again. And switch off. There we go. I'll come to the cockpit in a minute. Thighs, I assume that these are... Okay. So these parts are articulated, little armour. Pretty good on the outwards. You're getting not quite a full splits on the forwards backwards, but it's close enough. Lots of ratchets you can hear. I don't think there's a thigh swivel that I can... Oh, there is. There's a thigh swivel. You've got a double kneecap, which is incredibly stiff, as you'd hope. And look how tight that is. That's like full tightness again. Lots of ratchets going on. You've got to hope that these joints don't go loose in time because it won't support its weight. And then the feet, nice stiff ball down and up. You can turn left and right, so stiff, and you can swivel. And there's toes, but the toe is too weak to really support the weight. So what we do now is we open the cockpit. There's more articulation up here, just a couple of bits. Opens like this, and you see that this can actually go separately. We'll have a look inside the cockpit. And it appears to have lots of space for her and other things. There's the sort of light there. So if I turn it on again, now that light really, I'd have thought should have had a some sort of cover. Okay, let's see how she fits in there. What I'll do, I'll keep... It's got handles there, but there's no articulation on the handle, not the acid rain sort of laurels. Let's put her in. How easy it is for her to go in. That's almost as far as she can go in. And it can shut. She's in there with it shut. Lights are on. Very cool. Let's open it again. Let's take her out. Okay, let me turn the lights off. Actually, can we see her in there when we've got the from the top panel? Is that just for lights to escape? Let's have a look. I think you've got a similar size figure. Should fit nicely. No, yeah, you can see, but it's glare on the camera. It's not really that. It's going to fall over. Not really that clear on the camera. It's a bit not translucent enough. The ankles are stiff, but they are struggling with the weight of this hefty mech. Now, if people ask me, can you help me send me one of these? The answer is no, because it's got electronics. And I've sent stuff before from China, and it's been rejected because it's got electronics. The China Postal Service doesn't do electronics. Maybe by express delivery, but that's going to cost a fortune if I was SF Express. Anyway, I'm blabbling. So let's turn this off again. Okay, let's take her out and do some sizes and then some comparisons and wrap this up. And again, please do consider joining the Patreon if you're not done so already. It's free for 7 days, an obligation to join or to carry on. But see everything early and other content as well. Okay, so I'll stand in there because she was just down so nicely. Tape measures, do her first. So I thought she was a bit small, might take the back. She is 4 1/4 inches, about 10.5 cm. Maybe just over 10.5 cm. Our mech, let's put the arms flat and go to the top of the shoulder because that's the highest part. Oh, that one's high. I think I haven't got this one rotated the same way. That doesn't matter. Let's have a quick look. That's too big. So top of the shoulder here, you're looking at just under 12 inches. So you're looking at about just around 30 cm to the top. So it is a big, big boy. Okay, let's do some comparisons. Figure comparison first. Let's use a Planet Green Valley female. I reviewed this one previously. Really, really cool figure. Size-wise to scale, but you know the bulk is far more slender than the Planet Green Valley. Look at the size of the head. There's a head inside the helmet. So I do worry about the scaling on the helmet because you know you take the helmet off, you have a tiny pea head in comparison. Let's have a look at another couple of figures. Let's use a Wolf Trooper from Skeletron Toys from Roboskull, which I've got 2 of and never even touched them because they're in England and they came after I came back from my summer holidays, so I won't see them until probably August time. So sort of a Marauder style figure. Scale quite well. Let's put them there. Let's put them this side. Let's use some of the Fresh Retro owned stuff there. Mecha ones. I use the blue ones. Magnetic feet. This is the droid. The robot. I've used the chunkier version robot as well, which I love these. I've actually got these small blue ones coming probably this week, which has got a broken foot, so I've got like a customization options and whatnot for that. If you're on my Patreon, you've seen so many customs I'm working on at the moment, and these are the bulky, bigger ones here. Pretty nice scaling. Let's move these out. Let's keep the so strong magnets. Let's keep the pilot there. Let's look at a couple of mechs, then we'll look at another figure inside the cockpit. So let's come backwards a little bit. Okay, so let's look at an Acid Rainbow Dwarf. So dwarf obviously means it's small. So that scales with the dwarf, and I move this, just put it inside the legs there. Let's get it standing up. No magnets on this one. Sorry, no metal plate unless I go behind. There we go. And then let's look at the Joy Toy Tyrant. Is it Tyrant 01 or Tyrant 02? I think, God, that's so heavy. Mecha, which has got metal joints and is a beast. And you see how they scale. And they would work in the same universe very, very happily, I would say. That Joy Toy and the Fresh Retro, even with the Acid Rain, but very, very different sort of factions, as you can see. Okay, let's move this out the way. I've got so much cleaning up of toys after this because I have to go digging deep into toys to find stuff for these comparisons. Move this out the way, and then let's just have a look at some other figures in the cockpit. So I'll try the whatever she's called, the Planet Green Valley. I reckon she'll fit. Yeah. So the Planet Green Valley females will fit. Let's take her out. Will my Wolf Trooper take his backpack and his rifle off? Will my Wolf Trooper fit? Let's be a bit more testing now. Taller figure and a male. Ooh, I don't know, you know. I reckon he might do that. Sort of leaning to one side, but I reckon he's going to fit in there. What do you think? It's going to be quite close. Yeah, he fits in too. Great job by Fresh Retro. Very, very cool. Great figure. Just watch out for the ankle joints. They are stiff, but I reckon they might loosen over time. It is top heavy. Looks nice. This figure's great, but just that with the thighs popping out quite easily is the only issue. The guns are nice. Everything's very, very cool. I do like this. Nice releases. Definitely worth picking one or two up like I have. And they got more stuff coming in the future. I'm glad Fresh Retro is still going. I do like their stuff a lot. I really, really do. It's a great time to be into 1/18 scale action. Because why is this leaning over? Let's try that. Okay, pretty cool. Okay, if you've not done so already, again, check out the Patreon. I'll see you in the video very soon. Stay happy. Keep collecting. Bye-bye.